Well, hello and good morning again. This is Wednesday mornings, Year 1 Maths. I'm just going to share my screen. And here we go. Let's get going. I'm sure you're really ready for this morning. Okay, so remember this week we have been looking at comparing numbers using these symbols. We have been looking at again and thinking about tens and ones. And then for the rest of this week, we're going to be thinking about counting in twos, counting in fives, and counting in tens. So as always, we're going to revisit some work that we have done. So we were doing this yesterday where you were comparing numbers and using these symbols. So we were using the symbol smaller, less than, equal to, and the same as, or greater, more than, bigger than. So all those words, greater, bigger, larger, all mean the same thing. Okay, so let's have a look at these two numbers. So comparing 38 with 45, comparing 23 with 12, and comparing, when you need to work out what this number is first. So we've got 1, 10 and 6 ones, and then working out what this number is and comparing the two. So you might want to pause the video there and have a little think about that. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So we're looking at it, we've got 38 compared to 45, where we've got 3 tens here and we've got 4 tens. So I know that 3 tens, I don't need to look at the ones, because I know that 3 tens is smaller than 4 tens. So I know that 38 then is smaller than, oh, I need to happen sometimes, doesn't it? Just need to change it. There we go. So it fits in there now. So 38 is as smaller than 45. So let's have a look at these two numbers. We've got 23 and we've got the number 12. So again, there's two different numbers at the beginning. So this is 2 tens and this is 1 10. And I know that 1 10 is smaller than 2 tens. So here I know then that 23 is greater than, so it's a bigger number, it's more than 12, and I'm sure you all got that right. Okay, so let's have a look at this number. So what is 1 10 and 6? So 1 10 is 10, and then you add on 6. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I can hear you all shouting to me, 16. Fantastic. I really wish I could hear you. 16, there you go. And what is this? We've got a 10. So 10 and 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And again, I can hear you shouting at me, 16, Mrs. Humphreys. So now I compare this side with this side, and they're exactly the same. This one is written out. This one is a picture, but they are equal to, it's the same as. So I'm just going to do that. There you go. Fantastic. Okay, so moving on then to our learning for the morning. So we're going to think about counting in twos, and I'm sure that lots of you are able to count in twos already, but I've got a little pictorial representation of counting in twos to give us a little help. So as I'm putting them in, you could be saying them. So we're going to go 2. I don't know why it's underlining. That's really annoying. Let me just stop that. So we've got 2. We've got 4. Oh, no, not 5. 6. And then the numbers have changed. 6. Oh, so we go to 2, 4, 6. And if I'm not sure, I could now be counting these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And then we've got a whole one of those is filled up. So I know that that's 10. Okay. So now I'm coming down here. So I've now got 2 tens frames. So 10 and 2 is, oh, I don't know why it's going up there, is 12. We've got 14. We've got 16. I can hear you all shouting to me. 16, 18, and 20. Fantastic. So let's just say those all together. So let's go. That looks like 101. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so let's go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Fantastic, some good counting there. All right, so this is my turn. Okay, so I'm going to count. So how can we count the pairs? What does it mean to count in pairs? So what does pairs mean? So pairs can mean, it's not the fruit pear, that's a different spelling. We're not talking about that. We're talking about pairs. So we're thinking, when you talk about pairs, you talk of two of something. So you might have pairs of socks, you have two socks. You might have pairs of gloves, it means you've got two gloves. So when we talk about pairs, we talk about in two. So here in each vase, there are two flowers. So there's two in there, 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 and two in there. Now I can, if I'm not sure, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. But it's quicker to count in two. So I'm going to count in two. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so I know that there are 12 flowers. Okay. So I use my counting in twos there. So what I want you to do, this is your turn now. So thinking about pairs, so you've got pairs of socks, so you've got two socks in each pair. Work out how many socks there are. Now, if you find it difficult counting in twos, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4. You could still count in ones, but try really hard to see if you can count in twos. Okay, so you might want to pause the video here. Okay, so let's have a little look and see if we can do that. So we've got 2, and you can say it along with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So there are 20 socks altogether. Okay, let's have a little look here. Okay, so we're going to have a little look. We're going to carry on this pattern together of counting in twos. So when we count in twos, what do you notice about the numbers? Can you see any patterns? So we're going to count in twos using this all the way up to 50. Oh my goodness me, Mrs. Humphries, we can't do that. Yes, you can. So let's have a go. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Okay, so thinking about that then, I wonder if you can see can you notice anything about the numbers? Can you see any patterns? So again, you might want to pause the video here and have a little chat with your parents about, can you see any patterns? Okay, so some of the patterns that you might have seen, okay, is that if you look down here, we've got here, all the numbers here are ending in 2. Okay, so when we count in 2, they're all ending in 2. Over here, they're all ending in 4. They're all ending in 6. They're all ending in 8. And they're all ending in a 0. So that could have been a pattern that you noticed, that when you count in twos, the number after counting from 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, all the numbers then are going to end in a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8, or a 0. Okay, so that might have been a pattern that you've seen. You might have noticed that we've got a we have a number, we miss a number, then we're counting, miss a number, counting, miss a number, counting. You might have seen that as well, that there's a number missed out. Some of you already may know, we're not going to go over it this lesson, but some of you may have heard of those words, an odd number and an even number. Okay, so you might say odd, even. So some of you might have picked up on that. Don't worry about if you don't understand what odd or even is. That will be something that we will go on to in another lesson. Okay, so here then, this is your turn. So using this here, I've shaded it for you, you're going to see if you can continue these number counting into though what would be the next number. Now you need to look really careful at this one here, and what do you notice about this one here? Oh, and I can hear some of you, I expect to say, Mrs. Humphreys, they're going from a larger number down to a smaller number. So this means it's counting backwards in twos. So pause the video here and have a little go at that. Okay, so hopefully with your adult you were going 0, 2, 4, and then you said 6, and then we went 8, and I could use with this 10 if I wasn't sure, and then I'm adding on 2, 1, 2, so I get 12, and the next one then will be 14, because it goes 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we've got here again 0, 2, 4. So this one's digit will be a 0, 2, and a 4. So this one digit's got to be a 6 because it's following that pattern. Okay, have a look here. So this was counting backwards. So might have found this a bit trickier, but you had the number grid down here to help you. So we've got 18, 16, and then I'm going 1, take away 1, 2, 14, 12 is there. 1, 2, so then I'm going 1, and then I don't go up here, do I? I have to go all the way down here. So I'm going 1, 2, so then I know it's 10, and then it gets a little bit easier again now. So we got 8, 1, 2, 6, and then 1, 2 is 4. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so let's just finish counting. Let's just finish. We're just going to count forwards and backwards in twos together. That's what we're going to do. So I might get my little highlighter because I find that helps. So we're going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. So now we're going to see if we can count backwards all the way from 50 up to 2. Are we ready? 50, 48, 46, 44, 42, 40, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and then we might say 0. Fantastic, brilliant counting there. Okay, so this is your work that you are going to be doing this morning. So parents, you might want to pause the video here because obviously I will then carry on and that will be the answers. So here you're just counting how many objects. Here you're continuing the pattern. This one, gold, is continuing the pattern, but it's going backwards. Okay, and here we have got a little problem. It says that Rav is counting in twos. What number would be next? So you've got to choose a number from here. And then it says which card would not be part of the sequence, and why would it not be part of the sequence? So we want to know which number would come next there, but one of these numbers does not fit in, would not fit in this pattern, and why not? Okay, so have a go at that. You might find it easy. You might want to start off with is you might want to do some counting out in twos. That might help you, first of all, to then work out the answers. Okay, good luck with that, everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to move on now. And obviously here are the answers. Okay, so here, what number would be next? Obviously, it would be 30. Down here, it says 33. So 33 would not be in the same sequence, as it's not part of the pattern. It needs, so that a number would need to end in a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8 to be part of this pattern. And 33, so 3 is not part of that pattern. Well, I'm sure everybody got on with that brilliantly today. Well done, everybody.